A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. The disciples had forgotten to bring bread, and they had only one loaf with them in the boat. Jesus enjoined them, "Watch out, guard against the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod." They concluded among themselves that it was because they had no bread. When he became aware of this, he said to them, "Why do you conclude that it is because you have no bread? Do you not yet understand or comprehend? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes and not see, ears and not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000, how many wicker baskets full of fragments you picked up?" They answered him, 12. "When I broke the 7 loaves for the 4,000, how many full baskets of fragments did you pick up?" They answered him, 7. He said to them, "Do you still not understand?" The Gospel of the Lord. Good morning. I wanted to provide this reflection today. In this Gospel passage, we hear about bread, how the disciples had forgotten to bring bread. But Jesus wanted to teach them about the bread of life. He was warning them against relying upon themselves, upon their own power, upon their own outward religious observances. In saying, "Guard against the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod," Jesus was saying, do not rely upon outward religious observance like the Pharisees did. And do not rely upon earthly power or wealth like Herod did. Instead, rely on the bread of life, Jesus. Rely on the Lord alone. And Jesus referred to himself as being the bread of life. In John's Gospel, he said to them, "I am the bread of life. Whoever eats this bread will live forever." Jesus is that bread of life that is given to us to fulfill the deepest longings and needs of our soul. He wants to provide for all that we truly need. And so we are taught to rely on him alone. May we prepare ourselves today, and especially as we are entering into the season of Lent, to be and to have a heart that is open to receiving this bread of life. A heart that is open to truly receiving this Holy Communion with the Lord, to receiving Jesus more fully than ever before. May we enter into this time with a heart that is open to him, that we may fully receive and be filled by the bread of life. Having been filled with the bread of life of the presence of Jesus, most especially in Holy Communion, may we then go out to be able to bring that good news unto others and to help feed them, to be there for our neighbors. In the time of Lent, we are often called to acts of charity. Let us reach out in charity today. Maybe, especially in the time of bad weather, can we reach out to contact someone who may be homebound, who may be alone otherwise? Check on them, make sure they are okay. Let us take the bread of life, let us receive Christ, and then go out to share it with others.